A husband and wife tonight face the possibility of spending up to 20 years in federal prison for racketeering violations. They pled guilty this week to running a job placement agency that recruited, transported, and placed undocumented workers at restaurants in Port Arthur and other cities. According to federal prosecutors, the couple from Houston ran an organization that recruited primarily Hispanic undocumented workers for Chinese restaurants, including one in Nederland and one in Port Arthur. The employees worked long hours for low pay and received little training. According to court documents, they lived in deplorable conditions, including 18 people in one home. When they're sentenced, each of the two suspects will face up to 20 years in federal prison. KFDM's Haley BullA has been investigating and reports on how undocumented workers can become easy targets of those who want to take advantage of them.
It starts in Houston, a job agency recruiting undocumented workers, driven throughout the state to work in Chinese restaurants.
The defendants treat the aliens like so much chattel, obviously preying on the aliens' overwhelming desire to work here, as well as their collective helplessness and fear to do anything but to go along with the program.
Federal agents spent years investigating the conspiracy. Then they pounced. In January, agents raided this Houston home and houses in Port Arthur, including this one on Lamplighter Lane. Inside, evidence of the living conditions investigators called deplorable. Conditions men and women endured with no real way to leave and go home. Not victims of human smuggling, but sharing something in common, a desire to come to the United States for work, and often trapped once they're here.
I can tell you, we encounter smuggling ventures, 1 to 3 a week, and of those, usually like one involves individuals that were being held against their will.
Sean McElroy is the deputy special agent in charge with Homeland Security Investigations, Houston. He investigates cases of human smuggling.
They may start off coming from South America or Mexico into the U.S., and they're actually go through several hands. They exchange several hands in the criminal organization.
Organizations that use Houston as a hub.
Which is an obvious stopover for a lot of smuggling organizations because it's a very large metropolis.
Organizations Homeland Security is working to uncover. Just 2 months ago, they raided this stash house in Houston. Agents found more than 100 people held for 2 to 4 days in terrible conditions.
They're like human cargo to them. It's like a human smuggled body is the same thing as a kilo of marijuana or a kilo of heroin to them. They're just looking at it as a money pit.
A money pit, a pipeline, in which people are the product, flowing into Southeast Texas, a never-ending source of cheap labor. Haley BullA, KFDM 6 News.
A judge has not set a date for the sentencing for the husband and wife.